Welcome to Trading Lounge and the US indices for the 16th of February. I won't be covering the stocks because they're closed today, and happy President's Day to everybody who's having a day off. I do want to pose a question though. This is the Goldman Sachs commodity index here, and it's been in this Elliott wave triangle here. It's definitely a triangle pattern from wave 3, an A and a B and a C and a D and an E wave here for wave 4 that finished the same time as the S&P 500. The S&P 500's wave 4 obviously started in 2018, so this has been going on since 2008 over here. So the GFC sort of thing. But because it's a triangle and because it's wave 4 here, that means that we will have 5 waves up here for wave 5, taking this high out here. And it has the same pattern as the S&P 500. So my question is that if this market's going, if the commodity index here, the Goldman Sachs commodity index, is going to make new highs over here, that's going to take us out, that's going to take us there. Well, it could be like, 3 years in this bull run here for commodities. And this commodity index will be weighted, to copper and oil and so on and so on. We can check all that later. But it does pose the question, if this is going to be moving up here in 5 waves over, let's not get too excited, but let's just say, 2 or 3 or 4 years, then what will the S&P 500 be doing in that time? Would it be also doing the same thing? I know that I've been with Elliott Wave, using Elliott Wave since the early 80s, and I understand that commodities are normally the last to top in a cycle, so perhaps the commodities continue to cycle higher while the some of the stocks continue to turn earlier. That's something that would need consideration, but this is definitely a triangle pattern. All these structures are in 3 waves, and now we're starting an impulse wave. So this is a weekly chart. If I go to the daily chart here and just check on this here, this wave 2 here, if we look at this as wave 1 and 2 here, as an example, just here. So then we can look at this as possible wave, all of this move up here as part of the 3rd wave, but as wave 1 and 2 coming into play here once that tops out here. So we could line the S&P 500 up with this particular count. So in doing that, from this blue wave 4 where that triangle ended, we could look at this as wave 1 and wave 2. Now that's finishing on the same month as this wave 2 here. That means that we would need to look at all of this as wave 1 here and wave 2 here, because it's too small for just a wave 3. The wave 3 would need to have, this one here, this length here would need to have an extension in it even further. And then wave 5 here and 3 here and 4 here, because we've got to take out that top, remember? The top of the triangle. So yeah, this is the commodity one, and if that's the case, then we could be looking at the S&P 500 in something of this nature, where we have wave 1 here and wave 2 here, then wave 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 coming across the 5,000 area through here with a nice correction here, and then heading higher into the 6,000, 650, 6,500, something like that. Look, it's just something that I wanted to post today. Who knows? But anyway, there it is, and it's something that we'll just keep an eye on, as always. So with all that said, we're just going to go into the current count that we have. So we'll start on the daily chart here. The futures have been moving a little bit. So this is what I've been thinking here as well. I'm still not comfortable with this here, but Our first job is really to track this 5-wave structure up through to here, which I think will just be wave 1 and 2 here, and we'll go for 3, 4, and 5. I'm not sure about that. We'll track that 5 waves to this space here, and then look for the correction. And if we note that it's correctional, then we'll look to move in on the long side at that point. Let's just move in here a bit closer. So yeah, something like this. We're looking at 5 waves in this section, so we're coming up in this structure. We may not make it to the 4,000 by the by. I've just put it there for that. If it does reach 4,000, then this is the 50-60% retracement level here that we need to be a little bit mindful of. Okay, we should really expect some type of reaction from or close to that 4,000. So that's on the cards. And just to track that a little bit higher, this is just a secondary count that I had. Same sort of thing. I'm just going to go to my 15-minute chart here just to fill in a bit more detail here. So we're looking at this top here is wave 3, an A and a B and a C for wave 4. It's possible on the Nasdaq, I think we see this as 5 waves up here, but not in this one here. It doesn't really present a nice 5-wave case. I can see that it I can see how you could squash 5 waves into it, but there's too much overlap and so on. So, but anyway, it does raise a flag. So we could have wave 4 sitting over here for that. And then this wave 1 and 2 here, and this strong 3rd wave here. So we'd still need a 4th and a 5th wave here. So we may get up to the 4,000 if we look at this B wave here as wave 1 and back for wave 2 here. Okay, it was something that we'll need to sort out with that. But all in all, we've got a few we've got a few trades in on the long side here. I want to get the trade to break even, so we'll just put it here. And once we've got wave 4 in play and finished, then we can move the stop up under that. We just got to leave it out of the way. If you can't take that heat, well, then you need to reduce your position size up here. That's the better way to do it. Yeah, so that's it. So this little dance here across the 39.50 and then up at that point. So expect a bit of a correction to come into play there. We could look at that in terms of, I don't even know if that's the top there just yet, you know, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, probably a little bit higher there. But okay, well that still brings, if I do take it high, it still brings this down to the 38.2% retracement level down here. As I say, always it doesn't have to reach that point, but that's where we start from. Alrighty, like I said, I'm not going to look at stocks. There's no sort of movement there, so I'm just going to leave it at that. I just wanted to update the intraday for the S&P and also present a bigger bullish picture, something to think about. Alrighty, cheers.